Sorry for the last minute,
It's okay. I guess somebody dropped out. I had to just scramble to have breakfast and I forgot that this laptop is very old. It takes ages to start up.
Okay. Chalo, let's get started. So what I was telling them is I have a hard stop at 12:30. So though, once I start making questions, it's on and on and on. But we'll see how it goes and then take a call. Okay.
Not a problem.
Okay, let me start sharing my screen.
Acha, video on, hands visible, na, for everyone?
Video on, hands visible. ये हाथ मुझे दिखा दे ठाकुर.
Hey, do we need to number ourselves? I just saw that some people have numbered.
Yeah. Rajesh, just see that WhatsApp that she had sent, no, Shania, and number yourself accordingly.
So what's my number?
Okay.
Shania, just help.
Yeah, you're 3, I guess.
And what's
I am
Rajesh?
4. I'm 4. I'm number 4.
Okay. Okay. So one is Abhijit. Abhijit, you name yourself as Abhijit. It's okay. I mean, no need to write the team.
Call himself team. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. So Abhijit, then Arun, then we have Jayashree, then we have Rajeshi and Shubhrato. Okay. So that's how the team is going. I can't share screen, Shania. You have to give me permission.
बीच में ना थोड़ा नेट.
Okay.
Can
you all see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, great. Okay. So welcome everyone. Like I said, I have Shamia. You can start recording also. I think because later you are going to stream it. So
I'm recording.
Okay. So this is the finals and fantastic prelims yesterday. So how I have divided the finals is I have 5 questions on history, 5 on etymology. The etymology questions, because they are like one-word answers, so basically that will be on pounds. And then I have dries, so that's a mixed bag. The first set of dries I have pounds only, and the next set of dries I have on pounds and infinite bounds. The entire quiz will be, I mean, whenever we are having the bounds, it is an infinite. So if you answer correctly, the next question goes to the next person.
What do you pounds?
Yeah. So wherever I am having the bounds, it's with pounds. But there are 2 rounds which are only pounds. Okay?
How to pounds?
How do we pounds here?
So I'll talk, when I come to those rounds, I'll say aloud that these are the pounds rounds. Okay.
No, how to send the pounds? What's the method?
There in the Zoom thing, you'll find a private chat option. Yashidi, you can send message only to me.
Okay.
Yeah? So when you go to the participants, no?
Yeah.
Okay, you find a chat only to me. What works better? I mean, sending a WhatsApp to me works better, or sending through private chat works better?
Infinite bounce koriye daw na tale everybody has their hand visible all the time. Why you have a pounce then go hands then go off and then say I am pouncing. Have only infinite bounce na.
We get bounce, no infinite bounce. No.
Yeah.
We'll have only infinite bounce.
Then
Okay.
stop at 12:30, whatever you are at.
Have all infinite bounce only. Why?
Yeah, Ishita, I'll also support that because it's difficult for me on the mobile.
Great. I mean, if all infinite bounce, that's fantastic. So
infinite bounce is fine. Yeah.
Okay, great. And since there are 5 participants, basically 2 get the podium. Okay. Now let's get started. First question. So we'll start with team 1. The first question is for team 1. So that's with Abhijit. Okay. So here is the question.
Can you put this in presentation mode? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just make it slideshow.
Yeah. Struggling to read it on the mobile.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and let me just reduce this. Okay. So here, I'm talking about certain incident. So this incident was long considered amongst the first descriptions of an epidemic, which killed around 1/4 of the city-state's population, including its warrior leader. And it's believed to have entered through the city's port and sole source of food and supplies. In January 1999, University of Maryland attributed this to typhus. So the reason for this epidemic was found to be typhus. So what was the famous ancient epidemic in the summer of 430 BC, which was described by Thucydides, and he described this while stating the accounts of Peloponnesian War.
Want the name of the disease?
What's the name of this particular epidemic? What was this
The
known
disease.
as famously? Yeah. The disease medically was typhus, but this was known in history as a certain thing. So I want that. Abhijit, starts with you. So do you have the answer?
Yeah.
Abhijit?
Typhoid, I guess. Yeah. So
Not typhoid. Passes on to Arun.
I'm just going to guess it's the Justinian plague. Justinian.
Okay. Let me see if I get a better answer. Jayashridi?
What did he say?
He said Justinian plague.
Justinian plague. Yeah. Jayashridi?
I thought this was the plague of Piraeus where Pericles was killed in the Sparta-Athens war.
Plague of?
Piraeus is the port and Pericles died in the Athens and Sparta war.
Okay, I'll give it to you, Jayashridi, because historically it was known as plague of Athens, but you went up to the port. So yeah, I mean, Jayashridi gets 10 there. Okay, Shania, you are scoring, right? Yeah. So this was the plague of Athens. Okay, so the next question will be to Rajarshi. Okay.
Okay.
So very famous explorer. Okay, Christopher Columbus. 1492 voyage led to transmission of communicable diseases. Okay, apart from the other things that happened. So it is believed that syphilis was carried by the sailors of Columbus to Europe, and diseases of old world like smallpox, anthrax, measles, they came to the new world. However, though diseases were carried to and fro, there was a particular term which was used for this transatlantic transfer. Okay, and this was very popularized by Alfred Crosby in 1972. So give me that term which is associated with this transfer. Rajeshi.
Yeah, just reading through it once again.
Transatlantic transfer. You've come across this for sure. You know?
Romanticized term. Transatlantic transfer. So the explorer here is Christopher Columbus.
Sorry?
The explorer being referred to is Columbus, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Columbian disease, I'm not sure.
Columbian disease. Okay.
No clue. I'm guessing Columbian or Columbine disease.
Okay. Subrato?
Yeah, I think I have my internet back. I'll just connect on the internet. Just give me a moment.
Sure. We'll just move on. Subrato.
Yeah, please carry on.
So my answer, can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. So my answer is, I'm just guessing, so it's maybe Columbiana.
Okay. 5, then it goes to 1. Abhijit.
maybe something to do with the name of a ship. Just forgot the name of the ship.
No. Arun.
Uh, I'm just gonna pass. I can
Pass.
only think.
Jayashree?
Colombian exchange.
Fantastic. That's the answer. Colombian exchange. So though we, associated Colombian exchange with, transport of fruits, vegetables like maize went from the new world to the old world, and, other way around, tomatoes. Okay. But a byproduct of Colombian exchange was also transfer of diseases. So that's the answer, Colombian exchange. Okay. So next question will also go to Rajeshi. Is Rajeshi back?
Yeah, I'm still on.
Okay.
You can
are changing
read
from
out.
one
It's okay.
system to the other. Okay.
Yeah, it'll take me a couple of minutes. Yeah.
Just see the question, So basically, what I'm trying to say here is there was this researcher, Dr. John Barry. So he found out that there was outbreak of this 20th century, sort of disease, which started from Haskell country. Okay. And then it spread to the soldiers at Camp Funston at US State. Now, however, to the world, this pandemic was known by a different name. So my question was, what was the name of the pandemic and why was the name chosen? And what was the pandemic known in the country? So there were, like, it was a misnomer, what it was called. But I want to know what was it called in the country which featured in its nomenclature. So two parts to the question.
Is the question appearing on screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not able to see your screen. Just give me a moment. Let me get on.
Or you can copy paste the text onto his chat box.
On his chat box?
Just trying to launch Zoom on. Just give me a moment.
क्या है इसका नाम?
I'll just leave and join.
Who's a young quizzer we here?
Shibrato's daughter.
Oh, she is my daughter. I'm just introducing her to quizzes.
Lovely.
Hi, bro.
How old is she? Hi.
She's 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't see. I can only see the full screen. So I'm saying
I
hi.
can see the screen now.
Okay,
Hello,
good.
I'm audible?
Yeah.
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 So
basically, I'll just repeat the question for you. This particular pandemic originated in US, okay, early 20th century. Now, however, the world knows this pandemic not by, something related to the US. It knows by some other name. It's known by some other name. So why was this name chosen? That's part one. And part two is, what was this pandemic known as in the country, which is featured in the nomenclature?
I'm not sure. I'm guessing this is Panama disease.
Okay. And why is it what is it known as in that country?
Maybe American disease.
Okay.
I don't know the second part. Yeah.
Okay, Abhijit.
Hey, Amar to.
And
Amar.
Subrato. Yeah, Subrato.
Subrata, yeah.
This is a Spanish flu. And
Okay.
they called it Spanish flu because obviously Spain was the only neutral country and they were not affected by the war. And so they were basically, all the others did not say that they had a pandemic because that would obviously affect the moral of the soldiers. And Spain was neutral. They had nothing to do with it. So they were anyway publishing that people were dying. So that is why it was under the Spanish flu. People in Spain believed that this originated in France. So they called it the French flu.
Okay. First part, correct. Second part, no. I need a better answer. Okay, so I'll pass it on
It's
to
not French flu.
It was known as something particular. Okay, and that the reason was not just French. Something happened in that country why it was known that. Okay, so first part you are right. First part right. So Shania, I think you can you can give part points to Shubhrato. Okay, Abhijit.
Well, I was going to go with Spanish flu. So for the second part, I'm just going to go with a random guess. Something to do with they do this festival called La Tomatina, right? So some animal came to eat the tomatoes, and that's how the disease spread. So tomato disease, something like that.
Fantastic guess. No, but that's not the right answer. Anyway,
I'm
Arun.
just going to, I guess, go with the French. I'm just going to go with the French line, and I'll think another country. I'll just call it the Italian flu.
Italian flu. So you're
Italian
saying
flu.
in Spanish, in Spain, they called it Italian flu. Okay.
Yep.
Yes, Shruti.
No, it was during World War II. So they called it, they thought it came out of the trenches. So trench fever or Great War fever. World War I, sorry.
Okay, I think in this round, I'll give points to Shubhrato because he was the one who got the first part correct. The second part, I did not quite get the right answer from any of you. Okay, so this comes back to me. What happened was, see, in Spain, they called it Naples Soldier. Why did they call it Naples Soldier? Because there was an opera called Naples Soldier. So one of the liberists, he quipped that the play's most popular musical number, which was Naples Soldier, was as catchy as the flu. You know, people
Nice.
started singing it. So that's the reason. Spanish flu is the correct answer. Shubhrato cracked it first. So I think in this round, we'll give Shubhrato 5 points. Okay, great. So then I think, anyway, this particular question will go to Rajeshi because after Jayashree is Rajeshi, but
No,
I
Shubhrato
asked this to.
answered.
Oh, but
Shubhrato
Shubhrato
answered.
gave part answer.
Yeah.
All right, Shubhrato gave part answer. So this question is to Abhijit. Next question. Question number 4 is to Abhijit. Okay. So Abhijit, you can see a structure here with a lot of bells. Okay, this is called a bell tower. Typical, you'll find this in Goa. Now, in 1543, Portuguese ruled Goa. Death of any person in this particular disease was associated with ringing of the church bell. Okay, so anybody died, the bell would ring. But what happened was, as number of deaths rose, this practice was stopped because there was panic amongst the people. You know, every time the bell ringing, people understanding someone is dead. Now, then what happened was, what was the reason for this? One of the physicians said, eating disorders and excessive conversation with women. Okay. And the Portuguese called this disease to be morixi. Okay. So I want to know, the time is 1543. Place is Goa. These are the hints. I want to know what was this disease actually.
Cholera.
Fantastic. That's the correct answer. Yes, cholera. The eating disorders and morixi is another term for cholera in Portuguese. Okay. Okay. So Abhijit gets the full point here, 10. Okay. Next question to Arun. Okay. See, the interesting pattern that we see with Ebola, Nipah, coronavirus, MERS, SARS, all these things is this pandemic has devastated the world, but the origin is zoonotic. Okay, zoonotic means from animals, it is coming to humans. So what is unique about all these things, you know, in the sense there's some common thing, some common zoonotic connection between all these pandemics. Okay. I want that interesting zoonotic origin and what is it that is there in this particular animal, you know, which makes it immune to those carrying viruses, but transfers the virus onto the humans. So there must be something very unique to these people, to this particular organism.
bats,
First, tell me what is the zoonotic origin?
bats have
Bats?
a cocktail of viruses, cocktail of virus killing enzymes in them, which keep the viruses under control. But these viruses can then grow stronger in them, and then they come out and then they affect other beings which don't have that much immunity.
Fantastic. Okay. So basically they co-evolve with the virus. So virus will not affect them, but then you can jump. The virus can move on to civet or pangolin or human beings, as a result of which it's deadly. Okay, so next question. So Arun gets the point here for question number 5, 10. Next question is to Jayashree. This is an etymology question. So we are moving on to the next round, etymology. So you see a picture there, Jayashree, in this slide. And what happened is in 1917, French-Canadian scientist Felix Dierel, he found lesions in cultures of bacteria, which was attributed to an agent called X. So X is a virus. Like all virus, it has a protein nucleic acid, it has a protein structure. I want the good word for X. What is this virus that specifically infects bacteria? And this is actually a portmanteau word which comes from the Greek word to devour, because it devours bacteria. So it is called something. So the word comes from to devour. So I need the good word for X.
Bacteriophage.
Fantastic. Very easy. Bacteriophage. Phage means devour. Correct. Okay. So next question to Rajeshi. Rajeshi, you see, here is a book. I have sort of masked the cover because that's the answer that I want. So amidst the pandemic crisis, a very special and little known method of holistic self-healing using water and highly diluted saliva homeopathically is, that received attention because people said, not resorting to allopathy and all, we should self-cleanse and all. So there was a homeopath called Jerry Chehovsky who authored a book on the same topic. So you have to give me the name for this self-cleansing holistic healing method, which is also the name of this book.
Is it Reiki?
No. Question passes, Shubhrato?
I don't remember the name. I'll pass.
Abhijit.
Cure from our own mouth.
Arun?
I will just say spit therapy.
Huh? What?
Spit therapy. Spit therapy.
Jayashree?
Pulling.
No. Okay. See, this is, I said self-cleansing holistic healing. This is called autopathy.
Oh.
Okay, so homeopathy say pathy and self-cleansing say auto. So this is called autopathy. Okay. So who will the next question go to?
Same person, no? Whoever got it, nobody
has to
got
come
it.
back to me. It's not answered.
So,
2 times.
Okay,
Yeah.
Rajesh.
No, it's up to you, Ishita. How many times?
How many times did you get it, Rajeshi? Direct to you? I think more than 2.
If
You got it
more than once.
answer, you can
Okay,
give
no,
it as
let's
many
go
times
with
as
that.
you want.
Let's go with that. Let's go with Rajeshi. So Rajeshi, here I want the name of a process. Introduction of this process was resisted by staunch Hindus in India. Okay, and in 1950, a superstar's action led to youngsters becoming more receptive to this process. Okay, now in 2011, Science magazine. There was a scientist in Science magazine. His name was Kai Kupfer-Smith. You can see his picture here. So he said the origin was attributed to a particular animal, though the English doctor may have actually used an equestrian strain. So the name of the animal appears in that process somehow. However, it was a misnomer. Actually, it was later discovered that this process was actually developed using an equestrian strain, not the animal which is featured in this process. What process am I talking about?